Yes, you are listening to the Ready, Set, Retire radio podcast with Steve Anzuoni. My name is Jessica Forkel. Get more details on the website at fairwayfinancial.net. Ray Dalio, he is a billionaire investor who started the Bridgewater Management Group, and he wrote a book called How Countries Go Broke. He says our economy is like the human body. Plaque builds up over time and finally causes a heart attack. And our nation's debt is just like that plaque. And he says we're headed for a crash here. So could debt be the next black swan event, Steve?
Jesus, he doesn't mix words.
Doesn't sugarcoat it, does it?
Wow.
Yikes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last black swan event we had obviously was COVID. And then prior to that, 2000 to 2003. So maybe things happen a decade at a time. And we've had this debt problem, however, for 40 years. It's nothing new. It's not good for us to carry a lot of debt, whether it's a nation or personally. And it, of course, can be very, very harmful to the long-term financial, situation that the country has. And personally, right? It's never good to carry bad debt, high credit card debt. It's not a good thing. And by the way, speaking of high credit card debt, it's really nice when you can get politicians on both sides of the fence to agree that we should cap the debt on credit cards to 10%.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Amen.
Right?
Let's do that.
I mean,
that
was fabulous. And how in God's name can these companies be charging 20, 21%, 25%? It's almost like you got to wear a fancy suit and a hat to be charging those rates. Yeah. It's pathetic.
It's insane. And when you call them, by the way, because I've done this, they go, there's nothing we can do for the interest rate. We can't bring it down. There's nothing you can do. That's it.
That's a lie.
Well, I know that, but they tell me that, and I go, what do you mean? Give me a break.
Because they want to keep you there at that high debt and make a huge money off of you. It's very, very sad. It's just terrible. And I hope that both sides can come together on that and push it forward. I mean, it's nice that Bernie Sanders and Trump are actually having the same conversation. That's rare. To push that forward is what counts. Mm-hmm. Because conversations are wonderful, but conversations without action are just a waste of time, in my opinion. So,
agree.
All right, so let's talk about this thing because I don't know. Listen, it's tough for me to disagree with a billionaire. I mean, the guy is obviously brilliant and smart and all that other stuff, but this debt problem has been here forever. And as long as, in my opinion, as long as the economy is strong and we're pushing forward with lowering our debt or trying to figure out ways, and whether you agree with the plan or not, okay, the idea of bringing in tariffs, bringing in money through that source is a very smart business way of handling debts and situations like that because we pay a ton of tariffs going out. So I don't think that's a political conversation. It's more of a business smart conversation to have. So do I think we're going to have a black swan event over debt? I don't see that that's going to happen. Is it helpful? Heck no. Should we do something about it? Of course. Is it, what can we do as the public? Not much. So my focus, as you know, is to control the debt of personal consumers. So if that's an issue, we need to talk. If you've got too much credit card debt and all this other stuff, perhaps I can help with just my years of being in the business. I might be able to help you there. So that's really all I got to say on that subject, Jess.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You can't control the country's debt. That's beyond your control. What you can control is what's in your wheelhouse, right? Your personal debt, as Steve's talking about here. And listen, let's be honest, over the past couple of years, because of inflation and layoffs, et cetera, a lot of folks have extreme debt. They've been living off credit cards. And as we talked about here, these interest rates are astronomical. So you're literally just drowning every month trying to pay it. So listen, if these are things of concern to you and you're looking to kind of get above water, start treading a little bit, give Steve a call today. This is all with this income and financial review. Let's do that. We'll do a complimentary 508-552-3230, 508-552-3230. Steve, just to kind of backpedal here, what you were talking about the market, no one has a crystal ball. No one knows what's going to happen. And listen, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, and I'll put a disclaimer out there, I do not care if you're red, blue, purple, yellow. It doesn't matter to me. I think we all can somewhere in our minds and our heart go, okay, we could possibly be one tweet away from a bad turn down. We could be, possibly maybe a relationship with another country could impact our economy, our market. So the question that a lot of folks have right now is, how will the economy look in 2026? And again, it depends on who you ask, right? Economist Torsten Slok tells CNBC that the story's changed from worries about tariffs that we just talked about and worries about inflation to really over-acceleration here.
We still have AI and data center spending in the background, but now we also have a weaker dollar. And most importantly, have the one big beautiful bill where refunds in the spring from households are going to be about 20% higher. Now, normally households get about $3,000 in refunds. So that's about roughly $500-600 increase in payments to households, which should also be helpful. So the bottom line, this story has really changed in the last few months from worry about the economy is about to slow down to now almost a worry about that the economy is about to accelerate.
Okay, hold on a second. Accelerate. This guy talks like he's had 75 cups of coffee. Whoa. I mean, listening to him, I'm already panicked about the market, and this guy,
I want my audience to understand that I only played this portion on my show to make fun of people out there who just they can't figure out what to talk about. So they come up with something called over-acceleration. Mm-hmm. It's like you turn on the TV set and there's a pill for everything. If you yawn too much, we have a pill for that. And if you take that, you'll be better. I swear to God, I've never seen more potential cures to diseases in the last year than I have in the last 15 years. It's almost too much, over the top craziness, over acceleration. In other words, the economy is going to be too good? Really? I mean, it's just unbelievable, okay? The only thing that's going to stop the economy, which I feel is pretty good, are these clowns in Congress that can't get their act together and are constantly trying to shut down the government. We just went through it. I am sick and tired of it. I don't know about you people out there. I am sick of having my life impacted by a bunch of overpaid people who don't even talk to each other physically anymore because they don't even live in D.C. anymore. They allowed them to go wherever they live. Mm-hmm. It's pathetic, all right? I'm sick of it. I don't want my travel plans in spring and whatever it's summer to be messed up by these clowns again. And I'm sure everybody out there feels the same way. Get your acts together. You're getting paid a fortune. You make a fortune. You can do insider trading without it being illegal. Boy, I wish I could do that, Jess. But it's not illegal. So, hey, they can do it. Why not? But we can't. So let's focus on, hey, if things are going good, we're happy. We're good. The market's good. Jobs are up. Unemployment is down, depending, again,
who you ask,
who you see and who you read.
Yeah.
I use the eyeball test, all right? Just go out there, look around, and just ask people, how do you feel about things out there? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I feel pretty good about it. So let's just, again, I just wanted to put it out there because there's going to be a critic for everything we do in life, and that's all I'm trying to get across, people. All right?
Well, yeah, and I think we just did. I mean, we talked about, hey, is debt the next Black Swan event? To, this guy's like, oh, it's over acceleration. Things are going to be crazy. So it really just kind of depends on who you believe. What do you think? It's kind of up to you. But also keep in the back of your mind, guys, nobody knows what the market's going to do. So what can you do to stay in your lane?
Yeah, that's exactly, Jess. Worry about your situation and what you can do personally to improve where you're at when it comes to saving, investing, taxes, legacy planning, all that stuff. And that's where we can help you locally, right here. So that's what you want to focus on. The real concern, which is you, the consumer out there, okay, us, the public, and where you're at with your plan. Is it a plan or is it just a pile of money? That's what we can help you with, is taking your assets, your IRAs, all that stuff, putting it into a plan of action, showing you a roadmap of where you can actually go. And that's what you want to see. So give us a call, and I would love to help you put together your action plan for your retirement.
Again, that phone number, 508-552-3230. 508-552-3230. Again, it's complimentary, no cost, no obligation, and it's all about you making it a priority. Check out that website as well, fairwayfinancial.net. Now, Steve, I ran across an entertaining article. Again, some of it made me laugh, some made me cry here. They listed luxury habits of the 1% that, us average folks obviously have never heard of. These are kind of over the top here. One billionaire rents fresh, pristine swans for his pond because the real ones look scruffy. Okay? Just take it in. Just take it in.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because on the way to work yesterday, it wasn't a swan that was in Mill Street. It was a goose, but it's similar. Okay,
they're in the family, kind of. Yeah.
But it just wanted to sit down on the yellow line.
Oh, well.
In the middle of the road.
I didn't say they were smart.
And so a lady in front of me is at a dead stop, and I'm like, what now? So I went to kind of go around, and she got out and she put a hand up, and I looked, and I saw the goose down there. I was like, oh. So I backed back up, and she was just trying to hush it along. So it got up, moved 4 feet, then it walked back to the middle again. It was the cutest thing. I mean, it did hold me up for 5 minutes. Who cares?
Who cares?
But, I mean, it was pretty cool to see people stop, come together, and actually smile for a change. So
there you go.
I thought it was awesome.
All over a goose. Duck, goose. That's kind of what it is today. This is interesting. I did do a little more research on this because it was so outlandish. Yeah. One oil executive's family had air conditioning on his front lawn, literally just blowing cold air across the grass. I mean, you talk about throwing money out the window. So I read this and I went, there's something more here. What it was is that he had an air conditioner out there because it's a guy that lives in Texas, by the way, this oil exec, and he was putting this grand playground together for his kids. So while the kids are outside, they had air blowing on them.
Well, I guess, hey, if you can afford it.
And it's in Texas where it's 1,000,000 degrees, right? If you can afford it.
And, he's an oil
My parents were saying drink out of the water hose,
Yeah, hey, I still do. I love drinking out of the hose.
Well, and this one, I think we were kind of talking about this off the air here. Someone else mentioned kidnap and ransom insurance. I would assume if you're part of that 1%, that's kind of a standard thing. I hate to say it like that, but
I think in light of current affairs, it would make sense, huh?
Yeah, with Savannah Guthrie and her mom out there in Arizona. They found the ransom note. Obviously, I don't know if she's a 1%, but she's up there.
She's up there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So this is an unbelievable list, as I mentioned, but there's got to be something that us regular folks can take away from this list. Steve, talk to me.
Okay, this is what I come up with, and it's really only kind of one or two things, right? The guy with the swans, right? What's he buying there? He's buying certainty. That's what he's trying to look at. He wants consistency. And who doesn't want consistency in their lives? That's what gets the job done. I mean, you think about it. You look at the game tomorrow night. These two teams were the most consistent for the year, and they're there. So it's consistency is what he's buying. And you think about that, and I put it in financial terms. What if you were able to have a consistent check for the rest of your life, and if you're married, your spouse too, without having to worry about the economy, the stuff we talked about earlier, the market going up or down? Regular people can have it too. You don't have to be a billionaire to have this. I've been doing this for many, many years for people, and I love it, and they love it. I don't have one customer, Jess, who has called me and said, Steve, you're giving me too much income. Would you mind taking some back? I haven't had that call yet. I mean, I might get it, but I doubt it. People want certainty in their lives, and they want consistency. And what can be more certain and consistent than a guaranteed paycheck? So I took that away. But, insurance has been around for hundreds of years. I mean, people, it's an old adage, right? People hate insurance until they need it.
Until they need it, yeah.
So
100%.
Most of the billionaires, by the way, own the most life insurance. Did you know that?
I would assume so. They're worth that much.
Well,
they
understand the value of. They understand the value of leverage.
I was just going to say, and you show a lot of clients this.
Yeah, you leverage your money. In other words, don't try to leave a legacy leaving your 401k and your IRA. That's for you. That's for you and your spouse. You worked hard for that. Don't give that to your kids. Give them instead a leverage plan where you can take maybe 3% of your 401k and IRA and buy hundreds of thousands of dollars tax-free to leave behind so that you can disinherit the government and Massachusetts. It's perfectly legal. Many, many people do it. We show it a lot. We share it a lot. It's phenomenal, and it's called leverage. That's what you want to do. That's my takeaway from this story. Yes, we've done a lot of crazy, weird stories this weekend, but I thought they were interesting because I wanted to change the show up a little bit and not sound like just a commercial.
Yes.
But I just wanted to put people out there saying, look, there's a lot of crazy stories out there. I want to just talk about them briefly and move on, because that's what we want to do with this subject, is move on to something that we've been getting. Oh, my God. My wife, Tracy, as you know out there, is my office manager, thank God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she's been saying to me that she goes, oh, my gosh, she goes, we've gotten so many calls about 401ks, IRAs, and required minimum distributions. And I'm thinking what you said when we were off air, aren't those calls coming in December?
Right.
And, yeah, most of them do, but it's just crazy because when people turn 73, technically they have until April 1st to do their first one, technically. But then they have to do another one by the end of that year, so they have to do two. So let's talk about it briefly. So go ahead, Jess. Set us up the way you always do. And by the way, folks, Jess is the one who finds these incredible stories and puts them out there for me to discuss and talk about. So a lot of credit goes to her in this show, and I appreciate you very much, and I know my audience does too, Jess. So I just want to throw that out there.
Get more details on the website, fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Steve Anzuoni is a licensed insurance provider by the Division of Insurance and is not registered as an investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve Anzuoni, Massachusetts Insurance License 3851053. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Steve Anzuoni is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Steve Anzuoni is licensed in your state, please call 508-398-3337.